Brainstorming often feels like a fireworks display in a closet. There is immense energy and wild ideas bouncing off the walls, but because they're driven purely by adrenaline, they usually burn out before they can be executed. The alternative is a rigid, data-driven approach. We lock down the parameters and strip away the emotion, which results in a series of efficient outputs that fail to resonate. The logic is functional, yet the result feels clinical and hollow. This creates a tension. How do we build a rigorous intellectual framework without losing the human empathy and humor that make those ideas worth pursuing in the first place? We can resolve this through a framework called the logical mirror. It functions as a continuous feedback loop between intuition and reflection. You drop in a raw creative fragment, and the system reflects it back to you, layered with structured reasoning. The fuel for this loop is withovism. This is the wit in the machine, using sharp observations to find the shortest path between a complex problem and a clever solution. It prevents the process from becoming repetitive. In this framework, humor is a cognitive tool rather than a distraction. A he or a ha-ha serves as a stress test. If an idea collapses under playful scrutiny, it is too fragile to survive the real world. Laughter connects abstract logic to raw intuition. Without this whimsical, chaotic energy, the system has nothing to process. You end up architecting a perfect structure around a vacuum, resulting in outcomes that are predictable and sterile. Once we have that initial spark, a state of liking or pure energy, we have to ensure it has a constructive path to follow. Wit alone is a sharp blade that can cut in any direction. If we use it without a grounding principle, our cleverness can become destructive or merely cynical. To solve this, we introduce with loveology, the study of acting with love as a mandatory component of the system. This functions as an empathetic safety rail. It ensures the ensuing logic serves a higher purpose, keeping our reasoning from becoming cold calculation. We define this stage as loving. It is the mechanism that provides direction to our raw energy, transforming a clever thought into a meaningful contribution. Without this empathetic filter, even the most logically sound ideas operate in a vacuum. They become answers to questions no one is asking, making them fundamentally useless to human reality. To balance the energetic spark, we require an antithesis, the old monk strategy. This is the distillation phase. Instead of rushing the first thought, we let the idea mature. We trim the fat and shed the superficial layers to see what remains once the initial excitement clears. This strategy involves 3 steps. First, stripping away the ego. Second, keeping the underlying logic simple and potent. And third, peering into the dark depth of an idea, looking into the shadows to see what is actually there, rather than being distracted by surface shine. This stage is knowing. It provides the necessary weight that keeps the idea from drifting back into abstraction. The process resolves when the raw spark of a thesis meets the patient distillation of the antithesis. This collision yields a refined, highly potent concept ready for the real world. These mechanics of brainstorming scale upward into a broader architecture for how we navigate the world. When wit and heart are merged through patience, we reach a state of active presence. We move from merely surviving the day to an architectural feat of balancing heart and mind. Liking provides the energy. Loving provides the direction. Knowing provides the stability. These are the 3 interlocking gears that drive the engine of a life well lived. This structure reveals that knowing is a requirement for loving. To truly observe a thing with patience and strip away the ego is the only way to love it properly. True innovation occurs when we stop passively processing data and begin participating in this reflective loop. We aren't just thinking, we are living the ideas as we build them.